Hello, today I'm going to show you how to put a clarinet together. The first thing we're going to learn is how to open the case up properly. There is a right way and a wrong way. If you open it up the incorrect way, your instrument is going to fall on the floor and you could break keys or put some dents in it that we obviously don't want to have. Sometimes each case has the label on the upper side that you would flip up, and sometimes it does not. So the safest way for you to open your case is to lie it flat on the floor so that the little hooks flip up. So both of these are now flipped up, and then I'm going to open up the case and you'll see the actual clarinet. There are several parts to a clarinet. We have the upper section, the lower section, the barrel, the bell, the mouthpiece, which is this, and the ligature. And last but not least, every clarinet needs a reed. The reed is extremely delicate. If you bump the reed and put any chip in it whatsoever, your clarinet is not going to play. The very first thing you do before you assemble any parts is to literally put this in your mouth and get it wet. A reeded instrument requires that reed to be wet, or the vibration can't work appropriately and the instrument won't play. So I am going to start by picking up the upper and the lower sections. They will only connect one way. This brown cushion, if you could feel it, is called cork. The cork is what keeps the sections of the clarinet together. Now, if I try to put it together incorrectly, it does not fit. It only fits one way. Doesn't fit. So I am going to look for what we call the bridge. It's a little flat piece of metal with cork on it that comes straight out of the upper section. On the lower section, there is a flat piece of metal. Now, what I tell a lot of students is to pretend that that little bridge is a diving board, and to pretend that this section is a pool. You want to line up the diving board and the pool and gently push it together so that the diving board and the pool are connected, because if your person jumps off of the diving board and the pool is not right under the diving board, the person will crash onto the floor and get injured. So if it's like this and it's not connected, it is not correct. So we want it exactly lined up. The next thing I am going to do is take the bell. Now, when I'm putting the bell on, I want to hold the lower section so that I don't twist the upper section and damage keys. Now, once again, the bell only goes on one way. Now, I'm going to take my hand over top of it, and I'm going to grab the bell, and I'm going to have to push it on. Now, it may take a little bit of force to get it on. The next thing I'm going to take is the barrel. The barrel, once again, it only goes on one way. So hold the upper section this time and the bell and give it a push so that it's touching the body. The next thing I am going to do is take my mouthpiece, take the ligature off. Now, on the mouthpiece, there is that opening. I often tell my students that that opening must line up with this little circle and the long key. I tell my students that pretend this is a dish and this is the spoon. You're going to take the opening, line it up with the dish and the spoon, because what you're going to do, you can pretend that you're going to put ice cream down the opening. It's going to flow right into the bowl. If it's not lined up, the ice cream will not make it to the bowl and you will miss your yummy treat. So we're going to line up the opening so that it will flow right into the spoon and the dish. I'm going to now take my reed. Of course, remember, yours should be wet. I am going to cover the hole of the mouthpiece. Now, a little trick I tell my students with this is that you've got to cover the opening where you put the ice cream in, or the ice cream will try to come back out again. So it's covered, the ice cream can't come out again. I'm then going to take the ligature. There is on a ligature a fat opening and then a skinny side. You're going to take the fat end, you're going to place the screws so they are facing you, and you're going to have to gently, carefully make sure you do not hit the reed and put it over top of the reed. And you want to make sure that the silver part of the ligature comes below this little ridge. So let me unscrew this a little bit more because it doesn't quite make it. Now it's below the little ridge of the mouthpiece, and this is what it looks like from this side. And now I'm going to line up the reed. The reed needs to be in place so that, well, let's try this again, so that there is just a little bit of the black sticking out of the top. If it's down too low, the instrument will not play. If it's above the mouthpiece, the instrument will not play. So that's very, very important. Then, once I have it lined up, I'm going to twist the screws away from me. Now you want them tight, but you don't want them super tight. You just want them to hold them in place. And that is how you assemble the clarinet.